Content creation is fast becoming the career of choice for many people across the globe. In fact, according to a recent Forbes report, 50 million people across the globe are considered to be content creators, contributing about $100 billion to the world economy. Here at home, social media sensation Sipho or Alfim Kwanazi has spoken out about his move from corporate to creating content. His relatable and hilarious videos have created opportunities for him that his previous job simply couldn't. If you're living under a rock and haven't been able to see what Alfie does, take a look at this.
As in, if it is a marafuni marasho, because at this point, I'm forced. I was no pumela ngaphandle utuyalana estor shwa na imvula shwa ukuneni nokufaka ishot wena enkulumay ngeshot since uDecember qalile beke days yamanje since uDecember qalile ukhe wabraya okwevorsana just a verse, a piece of verse awukwazi it's raining bad outside mangafuni masitshele sikhansela ama leave we can speak to January senze izinto zethu ngoJan mina ngifuna izinto zokukhulunyelwa ngifuna abantu abafuna ukuncengwa no sonke silana and asikhethanga hawu manje kuba ngathi maye angazozenza ngcono uDecember asimcabuki hayi yo bakhona bomatch
For more on his journey, Alfie joins us now in the studio, and I'm still cracking up, despite the fact that I've seen that so many times. So, what please give us a chance.
How?
When?
I need a chance.
Oh my goodness.
I need a chance.
It's so lovely to finally have you in the studio.
Thank you so
We've
much
been
for having me.
Speaking to you for quite some time. How many times did you see that video, by the way, out of interest?
Oh my word. So I only do one takes. One take, just done. But I don't know how many times people keep sending me. It's so interesting. I will post a video, then 10 people will send it to me. Like, did you see this video? I'm like, I am in it. I
made it.
Yeah. So it's crazy. And I always ask myself, how do I think of the things that I speak about? Because, I mean, I just get frustrated about something. I go, no, click record, let's go. You need to hear this. And yeah, it just goes.
That's exactly it. It feels like there's a level of spontaneity because we'll see you in bed. Yes. We'll see you by the shower. We'll see you at Gonga.
Yes.
Everywhere, as it were.
Yes,
I mean, is that how you deal with your content creation? When the moment comes, capture it. That's how I view my content creation. Now is the time. Do it now. Get it over and done with. And I realized that a lot of people resonate with what I share because we all go through the same experiences. It's just that some people can't articulate it in words. So when it happens, I'm just like, actually, no, this is annoying me. Let's hear who else has a problem with this. Send it out, and then people are just like, actually, this is how I feel about this as well. Right. So, yeah. And that December clip we've just played, by the way, is in relation to what we call the El Nino season.
Okay.
When it just rains and rains, and you know what you're pointing out is that we didn't get an opportunity to go outside to enjoy, you know, the sun and fly.
I was furious because, I mean, the second, from the 25th of November, that's when your December salary kicks in. And you know, it's wild. You just know. But from there, December was like, no, everyone at home. No braai, nothing, no bev, anything, stay in the house. I was mad. It was like the 18th or the 20th of December, and we couldn't even do a braai. I was like, no, guys.
Surely, something.
And South Africa was like, exactly. We're all mad at December.
Poor March had so much pressure. Let's take a few steps back, though. Your journey is so interesting. My goodness, you didn't actually plan, and you'll correct me if I'm wrong, to do what you do, at least at this stage. Why go corporate? Take me back to the headspace you were in when you realized no ways.
I had one of the best jobs in South Africa. I was regional comms and marketing manager at the South African National Parks. Brilliant job. Loved it. And I really enjoyed what I did. But I was struggling with a passion. I've always had this mantra that I want to speak to people, put smiles on their faces, impact them positively, travel God's earth, and make money out of it.
Hello.
So I got to travel, I got to put smiles on people's faces, but I just didn't get to do what I really wanted to do when I was at Sandparks. And I was like, if not now, then when?
Sure.
You know, if not now, then when? So I decided to take the jump in March. I was like, guys, juices. And my bosses were like, actually, you know what? Full support from us. Full support from us, because this is who you are. This is what you do. Just go launch out. And if you decide you want to come back, you always have a home anyway. Booyah, you know. So I thought to myself, if not now, then when? I always say this. My mom now knows. My mom didn't know I even left my job. You know, she didn't know I left my job until months later. I was like, oh yeah, by the way, and through an article, she's like, no, bro, you were on the waiting. Like, what's the situation? Like, sorry.
Oh my gosh. If she doesn't know you left the job, does she know that she's behind half the content?
She is my muse. Doing? She is my muse, guys. Umam Swungile is literally my muse, and sometimes she watches my videos and goes, that is not me.
I didn't say that. Where you getting that? But you know, it does, because I was wondering how much of those videos is you, and how much of it is, you know, someone like your mother. You know,
sure.
And I know my mother's watching. I see a lot of her in the videos
yes.
that you're making. That's why it's so relatable.
I think we all realize that we are all sort of raised by the same mother.
Really?
Because when people see my content, they're like, no, man, my mom said this morning, you know. And a lot of it is some of the things that I wished my mom was. A lot of it is some of the things that I wish I was. And because I'm on social media, I'm able to take on any character that I want to be and put that out there and sort of enjoy it and give it to other people to enjoy. So, yeah.
Has she ever have any of your videos gotten you in trouble with her?
Yes. So, I think it was last year, I decided to put out a video and I said, I'm sick and tired of the fact that my family goes to funerals, they go to all of these events, and we're having a pandemic. You know, it's COVID, guys. What do I do to my family? And I pulled my belt out and was like, guys, I'm going to start disciplining people. So that trended, that went viral. She then calls me. She's like, yeah, I'm glad to know. Ubusi, the whole world. The whole world is right. So we can't bury people. People we love. Yo, she was furious.
Oh, gosh.
She was mad.
Hilarious. It's fun. We're in stitches. We laugh and we enjoy it. But it's also about the money.
Sure.
You know, speak to us about the economy of content creation. Because I have no doubt this is something you're thinking about as well. Especially because of what you sacrifice to do what you do full time.
Yeah. I think that as South Africans, the country its own, as content creators, we have not even scratched the surface of the content economy. It is such a big economy, and I was actually tweeting about it someday to say that I'm worried that other industries are not plugging into content creators the way they should be. The fact that medical schemes don't have a specific medical aid for us. The fact that we don't have financial systems within banking sectors to say, okay, this one is tailor-made for content creators. We understand the risk. We understand all of these dynamics, but this is tailor-made to suit them. And when you're smart about how you position yourself and how you create your content, you are able to sustain a longer term, just to create that longevity, because a lot of people view content creation as fickle. You are that one trend and there's another Alfie coming up, you know, and we forget about you. But if you're strategic enough to make sure that you put in the right elements and you also position yourself accordingly, you are able to create a long-lasting career out of content creation. And I think that we just think it's just the videos and whatnot. You can plug into so many things. I mean, just from the videos, I now have 2 TV shows that I host, you know, and there are other opportunities that are looming in the horizon because I decided, no, I'm not just going to be shooting videos. I'm not just going to be working with brands and getting that 200 rand, you know, from that promo. But let's be strategic. Let's actually map it out and see how we're going to do it. And I think because of my history in brand management, in communications, I was like, actually, we've got the right one.
You're on the other side.
We've got the right one.
Yes. Which I guess opens up questions around how much guidance you think content creators actually need. You know, you have such a unique perspective that you're able to almost think where you ought to be. You know, if this is going to sustain me, this is how I need to treat this wave. And let's be frank, it's waves sometimes. You know, it comes and goes. So how important is it to perhaps have a space where content creators can be spoken to as people in an actual industry where they need to somehow create a living?
I think that there are so many people who have so much insight on how we can make content creation something that is successful and something that works. The problem is we are still struggling with that community to actually gather as a people to say, okay, guys, this is what we're doing. You have 2 million followers, you have 200 followers, but let's sit down. What do you know about content creation? What do you know? What insights can you share with us? And a lot of people I'm seeing are too afraid to share the knowledge, to write, to pen an article down, to actually sit down and open a space. Guys, but it's happening. You've got incredible people who are speaking this knowledge to people, sitting people down to say, okay, don't be crazy about the trends and, you know, the big fuss. No, sit and be strategic about how you want to map out your journey.
You've made so much content. I've struggled to decide which of your videos is my favorite. That's not going to stop me from asking you that question, though.
I think all of my videos are my favorite videos because I always look back at them and go, what were you thinking? What were you thinking? But there's one of my mom when she's saying, I need to go to the war. Ukraine. And I think that's the most watched one. When she's like, you're taking the bomb, you'll be taking the bomb and all that sort of stuff. That, to me, is such an amazing video because that speaks to the essence of how my mom raised us. That tough love that made us the people that we are today.
Let me tell you what, you struck gold with that video. That's certainly the one that comes to mind. Thank you so much for speaking to us.
Thank you so much for
appreciate it. An inspiration, by the way, because the route you're traveling is uncharted territories, and you're doing it so well with such grace and professionalism. Afim Kwanazi, a content creator and many other things, broadcaster. You've just heard 2 shows in the bag. We are mere mortals. He spoke about that video, by the way, of him impersonating his mother around that war in Ukraine. We just so happened to have it. In case you missed it, take a look at this.
Ufika ubaba lana babhalisa amagama wabantu abazohamba bayosiza le-Ukraine in-war. Ngilibhalisile ke igama lakho. Ufike lana ngikhathala khona. Ufike la ngikhathala khona. I-lifestyle yakho has been too fast this couple of months. When you go in your world to go do something productive because ungena uthula. Nideka amabhakede wama-savana le conquering. Now you will be taking the bomb. Take the bomb now. Take the bomb. Yes. Shots fired now. Oh, shots. I need to fire right now. Shots to go. Go do something productively and njengabanye abantwana. Leyo ukuthi la kwamuzi you're going to run this house. It's over now. God be with you.
Oh my goodness, man. What a beautiful ode to our mothers, by the way. Once again, Afim Kwanazi, thanks very much indeed for coming through.